And I believe my grandfather will be in everlasting remembrance because he was a great man and he loved Jesus with all of his heart. As I was sitting there smiling because I knew where my grandfather was, but yet sad that I won't see him again, I looked around the room at all the people, and then my mind went to all the people that's buried at the cemetery out there. So many that I can't count. And I become very sad because my thought wandered to how many didn't make it? How many didn't love Jesus? How many didn't believe? How many didn't care? And how many thought they always had tomorrow? We are never granted tomorrow. It's a promise. None of us know our last breath. And yet a lot of us just sit back and live this world and don't even think anything about eternity, where we're going to go after we die. There's only two paths in this world. One to heaven and one to hell. And I can promise you that living in this world, in the sins of this world, and never caring about tomorrow will not be worth it in the end. My grandfather and grandmother taught me a lot. Taught me to care. Taught me to love Jesus first. Trust him with everything. Taught me not to judge people. But they also taught me to tell the truth. Before, if we don't tell the truth, how will people know? Without the words of Jesus, how will people ever find him? How will they ever be saved? It grieves me greatly to know there's so many in hell. If they would have only been told, if they would have only listened, if they would only have cared. Like I've said before, you have to build a relationship with God and Jesus. For when he says, I know you not, depart from me. He knew you not because you never had the time or took the time to get to know him. You never built a relationship with him. You never grew to love him. For the love that Christ can give is greater than any love you can get from anyone else. I just wanted to take a few minutes to ask you that if you desire to know God like I know God, and you desire to go to heaven when you die, and you desire to have a relationship